My name is Cam Culham, and I'm playing Feltzig in the show. And Feltzig is the producer of the Drowsy Chaperone, or he's the producer in the Drowsy Chaperone, who is quite concerned that Janet Van de Graaff is going to get married, and she'll be quitting my show. And so that's his whole agenda through the Drowsy Chaperone, is to stop this wedding. I've got to stop this wedding, but how? So it's been really a lot of fun, yeah. Some roles I've done in the past, I've researched more. I was at Tevye in Fiddler on the Roof a few years ago, and there's lots more to look into there. You know, you can read the novel that it came from. It's a musical that's been around for so long. Drowsy Chaperone was unique in that it's still so fresh. I mean, there wasn't a lot. You could watch a few YouTube things and see past productions of it, but there just haven't been a lot of past productions. So I guess more than researching that particular role, I mean, I couldn't even find the scenes before auditions. I didn't know. I was trying to find scenes to watch and couldn't find anything and couldn't get a hold of the script at all. So it all came as a surprise at the auditions. I kind of learned it that day. So it's tricky to do research for this one. But that's part of the magic of this show, is that audiences don't know it either. In Fiddler, right away they're waiting for the next song. It's the wedding, and now it's sunrise, sunset. And whereas in this show, it sort of seems like a surprise each time a song comes in. There's been so many memorable moments. It's an amazing cast for having fun together. You know, backstage and at rehearsals. So the fun fun factor has been very high. We couldn't ask for a better team, like a creative team with director Roger and choreography by Jacques and music direction by Donna. Their love of this show, I think, has just passed on to all of us. It just was like a spark with them. They all had seen the show and loved it already, and it was like a gift they kind of presented to us, and then we picked up on their enthusiasm, I think. So yeah, I think just the fun and the enthusiasm, yeah. And we've been together quite a while. It started in September, so it feels like it's been quite a journey together. It was funny, we had a school group this afternoon here from the Selkirk Montessori, and I was hearing the teachers talking to them and thinking that was really the age that the theater bug bit me. I was living on the D&D base in Lahr, Germany. My dad was teaching there. I had a grade 7 teacher who booked the whole class tickets to the Strasbourg Opera, which was just over the border from Lahr. And we'd get on the D&D, army buses and attend the opera. And he would bring in performers to talk to us in class. And it was right around that time that I just loved theater and knew I always wanted to do it. And I have been doing it for, I guess that's over 30 years now. Employment-wise, the way I use theater is I got some training in using theater as a methodology for second language learning. So I work at UVic with adults that are international students learning English as their additional language. And I bring music and scenes from shows like this that I'm in and bring it into the classroom. And I also bring the students to the theater. And I think it's an exciting sort of teaching instrument. The textbooks get a bit dry, but if you bring in Drowsy Chaperone, it just spices it up. And you can use that in class, actually. It's really fun to play roles, and they can see, switches, or, I mean, as language learners, they're always observing as an actor observes, so we're kind of in the same world in some way. They're hearing different sounds in their new language and watching gesture and how people move. And so I definitely share with them and then learn from them as well in that process. Yeah, and there's a little overlap. I also work with special needs schools, 4 or 5 each week. I go out and do music with children with developmental disabilities, and theater there is just an amazing bridge, because some of them are nonverbal, so they're in some ways similar to the second language students, just their own unique way of communicating. And the music and drama is such an exciting, way of connecting with each other. Well, I always love coming back to Langham when there's musicals. This is my 3rd musical I've done here, and that's my main thing, is music theater. did also a fair bit of Shakespeare when I was at university in theater, and then with Theatre Inconnu downtown when the tent used to be set up in the Inner Harbor. So I like everything from music theater to the classics, but I think I'll just keep working away at it and hope to travel. I'm getting a few opportunities to use this second language teaching methodology at conferences and training groups of teachers from other countries in some of the discoveries that I've made. So I'd like to see travel in my future.